Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's clip, we are going to be breaking down the stats behind PSG's 4-2-0 dismantling of Atlético Madrid in the Club World Cup. A truly special performance from the Parisians who looked absolutely incredible in this one. But enough from me. Let's get into the facts and figures. So, where did it all happen? Well, this contest took place at the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena, USA on June the 15th. 20-5. A huge crowd of 55,719 people got to witness this amazing encounter. The Parisian Giants, managed by the ever-so-tactical Luis Enrique, up against the ever-organized and well-disciplined Atlético Madrid side of Diego Simeone. Who would come out on top? Well, let's find out. Alright, so let's start with the first half. And within the first 20 minutes, the French champions were already ahead. This is how they scored. So around the 19th minute mark, Fabián Ruiz picks up the ball around 25 yards out from goal. You can see here he has plenty of space to operate. No pressure whatsoever. He takes a touch, he looks up and fires a powerful left-footed strike towards goal. The ball flies into the top right-hand corner, leaving the goalkeeper with absolutely no chance. What a strike that was from Fabián Ruiz. You can tell straight away by the reaction of his teammates how much of a banger that was. Ruiz celebrates his first ever Club World Cup goal and PSG go in front. Then round the 45th minute mark, PSG double their lead. Here it is once again. PSG are playing some delightful football. The ball eventually makes its way to Vitinha around the edge of the area. He takes a touch and drives a low shot past the goalkeeper and into the bottom left-hand corner. Another great finish, this time from Vitolo. PSG go to goals to the good, and just like that, we're off for the halftime break. And when we take a look at the stats, PSG really dominated. They had 65% possession. They had 7 shots on target compared to none from Atlético. And they also had 5 times as many touches in the opposition's penalty area, 23-5. Overall, the first half performance from PSG was nothing short of spectacular. Their passing was excellent. Their movement off the ball was even better, and they also pressed extremely high up the pitch, forcing Atlético into a lot of mistakes. Now, in terms of their overall shape, PSG lined up in a 4-3-3 formation. And as you can see here, it's a very narrow 4-3-3 formation. Fabián Ruiz, Vitinha and Neves. And these three interchanged positions quite a lot. That made it very difficult for Atlético to pick up because sometimes you didn't know who to follow. Then up top, you've got Kvaratskhelia on the left wing, Ramos in the number 9 position, and Doué on the right. Atlético tried to man-mark Ramos for most parts, but PSG always had an option nearby if Ramos wasn't able to pick up the ball. Now, in terms of their build-up play, PSG played through the thirds brilliantly. As you can see here, they patiently moved the ball, kept possession, created overloads and triangles to penetrate the lines, and then once they got into the final third, their movement off the ball was brilliant. Whether it be making diagonal runs in behind or creating pockets of space, PSG's attacking players were a nightmare for the Atlético defense to handle. Speaking of the Atlético defense, well, it really wasn't their day. They made a lot of individual errors, and they never really got to grips with the likes of Ramos and Doué. Now, speaking of Kvaratskhelia, here's a great example of what he brings to the table. Here it is. He dribbles past him, plays a quick 1-2, and then delivers an inviting cross into the box. Unfortunately, nobody is there to meet it. But if it wasn't for the offside trap, this could have easily been 3-0. Anyway, in terms of tactics, well, PSG pressed extremely high up the pitch. They used a man-oriented pressing system. As you can see, blue shirts all over the pitch. This forced Atlético into playing a lot of long balls forward, and they hardly ever had any success with that because PSG's defensive line was always well-positioned and well-organized. Okay, so let's move on to the second half. And then round the 87th minute, PSG make it 3-0. Here's how it happens. One of the PSG players does brilliantly on the right wing to beat his man and deliver a low cross into the box. Can see here he does well to keep the ball under pressure. Eventually it falls to Senny Mayulu, the 19-year-old who slots home. What a moment for him. The youngster becomes the youngest European player to ever score in the FIFA Club World Cup at 19 years, 28 days old. And PSG make it 3-0. Then in stoppage time, PSG make it for 2-0. After the VAR check, it is confirmed. Kang-in steps up to take the penalty. He sends the goalkeeper the wrong way and slots home. PSG make it for 2-0. Okay, so now let's wrap up the stats for this one. So in terms of the total shots, Atletico had 5 compared to 16 from PSG. However, only one of those shots were on target. On the other end, 11 of PSG's 21 shots were on target. In terms of possession, PSG had 74% compared to 26% for Atletico. Also, it was a very disciplined performance from both sides. Only 8 fouls were committed by Atletico compared to 7 from PSG. But in terms of the cards, Atletico had 7 players booked compared to just 2 from PSG. Now let's wrap up with some quotes from the managers and players from both sides. Starting off with the PSG boss, Luis Enrique. He said, "This performance shows the identity we are building, confident, intense, clinical. When the team plays like this, it gives us a good feeling and helps us grow." Then we have the disappointed Atletico boss, Diego Simeone. "We were second best in every area. They outplayed us completely. Congratulations to PSG. We didn't know how to hurt them and we lacked intensity in all areas. The result is fair. They are superior to us." Then we have the Atletico captain, Coke, who said, "Too many mistakes. We lost our shape early. They were better than us in all aspects. We need to improve a lot. It was a complicated game, but we knew it would be like this. PSG played better than us. They were better and they won." Then we have the match hero, Senny Mayulu, who said, "I am happy to score my first goal with the first team. It's a dream to score in this tournament. I just want to help the team." Okay, so now let's move on to the final slide and take a look at what this means. So, what does this result mean for both sides? Well, this win sees PSG go top of Group B in the Club World Cup. They're now level on points with Botafogo RJ, but they have a superior goal difference. Next up for them is gonna be a tricky one though, as they're up against Botafogo RJ who they're level on point with. If they can get a positive result from that game, then they will qualify for the semi-finals. On the other hand, it's a disappointing result for Atletico, but it isn't the end of the world. They still have 2 games, and if they win, they will qualify to the next round. If not, then they will be heading home. So overall, a fantastic performance from PSG. I thought they were very impressive in this one. And the likes of Fabián Ruiz, Senny Mayulu, Kang-in, really putting in the performance on the biggest stage. I thought PSG deservedly won. I thought they were the better team. They created more chances. They had more shots on target and they pressed very well. But that's about it for this video. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.